my story has been how I had to live with what turned out to be a lifelong struggle. That was my menstrual cycle. Ever since I had my very first period at the age of 14, my doctors considered that 14 years of age was too late to start my cycle. At that time, I had only experienced one cycle, and I didn't see another period until I was about 19 years old when it finally returned. It came back very aggressively. I kept bleeding continuously for nearly 2 months. In fact, it was so severe that I had to undergo minor surgery, and that's when I received my first blood transfusion. After that, my cycle disappeared completely. For several years, then when I was around the age of 25, it returned. This time, it was worse than ever. I bled what seemed like nonstop, and for at least 7 long months. My blood levels dropped to a 2, when the average level should be around 13, and that wasn't even half of it. My doctors were shocked that I was even alive, with such dangerously low levels of blood circulating in my body. That's when I was officially diagnosed with PCOS. The clinical name is polycystic ovarian syndrome and endometriosis. With PCOS, my ovaries were covered in cysts, and they resembled the surface of a strawberry. Let me give you an idea of exactly what PCOS is. First of all, endometriosis is a chronic and extremely painful condition that causes tissue similar to the uterine lining to grow outside the uterus. Did you get that? It's a condition that causes tissue to grow outside of the uterus and on my ovaries and my fallopian tubes and throughout my pelvic area. I was prescribed some very heavy pain medication, but nothing truly helped. The pain was relentless. Even morphine barely touched it. I could still feel the agony through the strongest painkillers. It was so bad that it completely disrupted my entire life. Now that I'm 39 years old, something miraculous happened. Mr. Johnny Moore prayed for me. And after he prayed, he sent me a prayer cloth that he had also prayed over. So here's what I did. I laid the prayer cloth over my stomach, right over the area where I usually felt the worst pain, as God is my witness. From the moment I placed it over my stomach, I felt the fire of the Holy Spirit begin to burn in my belly. It's hard to fully explain the sensation, but the closest comparison I can give is that it felt like the heat from icy hot, but it was burning deep inside my body, kind of like a menthol's warmth radiating from within. I wore that cloth through a full 13-hour work shift, and that burning sensation never stopped. It would rise and fall in intensity, but it never completely went away. It kind of reminded me of the waves of pain I used to feel. Only this time, it was healing. And it was on that day that I was delivered from PCOS and endometriosis. Now, here's the miracle. I haven't felt a single pain since that day. And even today, it still feels surreal. Just imagine, for years I had built my life around managing that pain, avoiding certain places, skipping important events, making decisions based on whether I could sit or stand without hurting. And even as I think about it, I still can't imagine all the torment I had to live through. I was constantly medicated, groggy, and always felt drained. But now I know, without a doubt, that God is a healer and a waymaker. My name is Marquita Strickland, and I'm so incredibly grateful that God allowed Mr. Johnny Moore and me to cross paths. God is using him as a vessel to pray healing over the lives of his people. And all I know is that Mr. Johnny has been such a blessing to my life into my family's life as well.